Hi, this is Kevin for Pixovert.com. In this video we are looking at how to perfect editing 360 panoramas in Photoshop 3D workspace. So with the panoramas there is this issue here of working in 2D and in 3D workspace. So I'm going to do a couple of things. One is going to be in the 2D workspace and another is going to be in the 3D workspace, and we'll see what kind of options we have. The first thing I want to do is to just describe this thing. It's a beautiful panorama. We've got night sky, we've got fading sunset, we've got this weird stuff at the bottom. We're going to fix that. We've got a little bit of banding in the sky, which is pretty normal for this type of image with JPEGs. And we're going to fix that, and we're going to also fix the color in the sky. So let's start off with the banding. I think that's something to fix in the 2D workspace. And we fix that by going to Filter, Noise, Add Noise. Now I'm going to just hit OK. These settings work fine. That's the before. You may be able to see a little bit of banding there. You might have to squint, especially on your smartphone screens. But there is a little bit of banding right there, and when we hit the preview you can see the noise just gets rid of it, or it makes it seem to disappear. So I'm using an amount of 1.53 Gaussian monochromatic, and settings are a bit extreme, but I just wanted to make sure you could see everything that I'm doing. We're going to go next into the 3D workspace, so that's going to be 3D spherical panorama, new panorama layer from selected layers. It asks me if I want to go into the 3D workspace. I'm going to say yes to that, and here we are. So you can see we can navigate around this panorama now. Awesome sunset. Let's go on ahead and do a few more edits. Right down at the bottom here, I want to remove this. To get rid of this, let's go and reduce the FOV to 1. I'm going to go to the layers. We'll select a circle around this, and I'm going to use the Shift backspace shortcut to bring up ContentAware. We'll hit OK. Okay, that's fine. It's a little bit fuzzy, so I'm going to try again. I'm going to go to Edit, Fill, and try again and see what it does this time. And it's coming up okay, but it's a little bit soft in areas. So what I'm going to do is to apply the patch tool. Now the patch tool isn't visible in the 3D workspace. So let's go to Edit, Toolbar. We'll find the patch tool and all the other healing tools, and I'm going to drag them just down here. And here we are. We've got the patch tool there now. And if I try to use it, you'll find that it doesn't work in the 3D workspace. All we need to do is to create a new layer. Make sure that ContentAware is selected. Sample all layers. I'm going to change structure to 5, maybe even 6. Color is going to go to 4. And we'll just grab an area down here. Now, as long as I'm working on a new layer, it should work fine. And that looks pretty good. I'm going to deselect, and I'm just going to apply clone stamp. Sample all layers. Again, we're working on the new layer, and I'm just going to select areas on the outside, and I'm going to copy them inward. And you can see the edit now. It looks a little bit more convincing. I think we'll right click the layer and choose merge down. So we can merge down into the 3D workspace, which I think is pretty cool. Now in the sky, I just want to add a little bit of color to the top of the sky. And you can see it's going to be a lot easier to do it in this projection than trying to use the 2D workspace. Incidentally, the 2D workspace is still available. If we double click on this icon here, the spherical map, it brings up the 2D workspace. So we could still edit here. if we wanted to. I'm going to close that, and instead we'll edit here. We'll go to Camera Raw, Filter, Camera Raw. Now it brings up a warning saying filters may appear to cause distortion in dialog previews. They do not alter 3D meshes. Additionally, 3D lighting is okay, whatever. I'm going to escape from there. It sounds scary. And I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to stamp the image to a new layer. We're going to work on this new layer and go to Camera Raw Filter. We're in Camera Raw now, and what I want to do is just to choose the radial filter. I've already given it some settings that I know are going to fix this color issue. So I'm just going to drag out a radial filter. And what you will notice is that if I click on Mask, we can see where the radial filter is going to be active. I've given it a feather of 100. And if I turn off the mask, you can see hopefully that it's doing a brilliant job in adding a bit of blue to the sky. Now what I want to do is just to bring it in at the top. If I turn on the mask, you'll see that the edge of the filter is all the way up at the edge of this area here of the screen, of the visible screen. If we were to edit that area there, what would happen is that the edit will become visible in the 3D workspace. So we want to make sure that none of the edit touches the edge, and that includes the feathered area. So what I'll do now is to turn off the mask, and we'll go to range and choose color. I want this edit to affect the sky, but I don't want it to affect the tree. At the moment, it is affecting the tree as well as the sky. So I'm going to switch off the mask, and I'm just going to click on the icon there, the color picker, and I'm going to select an area that has the color that we want to be affected. And you can see as soon as I do that, the tree becomes unselected. So if I undo that and redo it, you can see as soon as I select the sky, the tree becomes a little bit unselected. So I'm just going to shift click and select another area. And that seems to be about as far as I can go. What I'm going to do is to scroll down, and I'm just going to shift the color range until the tree looks more and more black. And that means the tree is deselected and is not being affected by this edit. And as long as the mask is not touching the edges, we should have a good clean edit. Let's hit OK. And excellent. We've really cured that ill-looking color in the sky. It's not perfect, but it's better than it was. What we need to do now is to merge down. And if we've made any mistake in our edits, it should now become visible. And you can see that it's looking good. And that is it. That is the edit that we need to make for this particular image. So hopefully that's given you a few ideas about how you can improve your editing inside of Photoshop 3D when working with 360 panoramas. Finally, you can actually add some text in this workspace. You can create shapes and add some text. You can even create trees. Let's create some text. And just to go with the cypress, we'll create a cypress tree. So let's go up here, create a new layer, and we can create filter render tree. So we'll select the text, choose rasterize type, and then right click and choose merge down, and it merges down into the 3D workspace. We'll take the tree and choose merge down, and that also merges down into the 3D workspace. So you can see just how flexible this workspace is with the use of that merge down command. So if you like the video, please share it with someone who's gonna like it. Like the video, subscribe for more videos. We'll see you later. I'm gonna have a link in the description to more videos about editing, Photoshop's panoramas, and also working with the video and 3D features in Photoshop if you want to do some more 3D stuff or some animation. It's all good stuff. Take a look in the description. See you next time. Bye.